Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going back to November 8th when I went to see the London Derby, Arsenal and Chelsea in the Women's Super League. It was an incredible atmosphere, so stick around and let's relive it together. I didn't have many expectations for this match. I think it's clear Arsenal isn't going to win the league, but it was still an interesting game to watch. The attendance was really high. I hear there were like 56,000 people there, which is a lot considering it's in November. I am editing this video on November 13th, but I probably upload it sometime in December. Here I am recording the usual route on the way to the stadium, and later you will see some footage from the match. The refereeing in this match was quite controversial, and well, I am not going to reveal the result just yet, although it probably doesn't make much sense to say that, since you'll be watching this recap about a month after the game. It was a pity because I was about to capture Chelsea first goal on camera, but for some reason I didn't take the phone on time in order to record it. And after that, I already catch the moment of the Arsenal goal, but that one was cancelled. They disallowed that goal for no reason. Me watching it live, I couldn't understand what was going on. I think that was a statue of Henry. What caught my attention was the dedication on the ground saying that. I am not sure what it refers. It is something related with Henry. Does anyone know what it means, that? And on the right side you saw a mural with some former Arsenal players. if you are still watching this part, you deserve a medal. Because I think it's a bit boring this part. Maybe I record too much because it's just me walking through the stadium. There were many people. But well, if you can help to see a view from the stadium, I don't know. If you want, you can just skip this part.
These are the Chelsea lot.
Llegamos tarde.
Just 30 more seconds and we will be inside.
Actually, you can figure it out first. I think we're the opposite end of the league. Oh, yes.
We are inside now. I know some of you are probably thinking, go up there, have a dog. That is not the right time for that. Now comes the most exciting moment. I usually like to enter right at the start of the match because as you walk in, you hear the crowd applauding, and I like to imagine they are cheering for me. I know, I am pathetic.
We also welcome Gunner Holly Page from the Royal Artillery, April Seaman Faye Huss from the Royal Navy, Wing Commander Ben Spy from the Royal Air Force, and Lance Corporal of Horse, Jermaine Brown from the Household Cavalry Mounted Regiments. We now invite you to stand if you are able to, as we welcome Arsenal Chief Operations Officer Karen Smart to read the Ode of Remembrance, followed by Sergeant Adam Desborough from the King's Royal Horse Artillery Troop to perform the last post.
Here they were doing some kind of a tribute for some cause, but to be honest I didn't really catch what it was about. I am a bit hard of hearing, and not even with that big megaphone I am able to understand clear. Now rewatching the video, I think I should cut like 15 or 20 seconds, but it's okay. I think I'm gonna leave it because maybe I cut that and instead of cutting that part, I am removing the other. You know, I am a bit disaster with the technology. But in the future, I will do it better.
Was ever secure those 3 points together. Come on, you guys!
They don't score, do you know what I mean?
Thanks everyone to watch my video. Originally, I was going to end it here, but I decided to add a little bit more. Now I'm going to tell you about the history of this London club. Some people may wonder why it's called Arsenal, and also the logo of the cannon. That's because Arsenal name comes from military origins. Basically, the workers of Royal Arsenal founded the club in 1886, and because of that, it was called like that. At the beginning, it was called Dial Square, which is the name of one of the workshop at the Royal Arsenal, then quickly changed to Royal Arsenal and later to Woolwich Arsenal. When the club moved to Highbury in 1913, they dropped Woolwich and they become simply Arsenal Football Club. And even though the club no longer has any connection with the military, they decide to keep the cannon as their symbol and the name Arsenal. In my opinion, it's a big mistake, because imagine you lose against Brentford, that just they have a bee, or Brighton, they have a seagull. It's like, come on dude, you have a cannon, and you still lose against a bird and an insect. But you know, this is how football is. Well, that's all for now. End of the video. However, I am going to add some extra footage, basically just filler, and I'm saying straight. So there is nothing else to see. You can leave it if you want. Thanks again.
For full detail.
This is Racing Santander Stadium, officially Real Racing Club. This is the main team of this city, Santander. They used to play in third division more than four decades. I think it was 44 years. They are making a very good season. Some of you, the ones that follow football, you already should know that. The moment that I am making this video, they are in the first position. They won yesterday Mirandés 1-3, and hopefully they can continue like this. Anyway, we never know, because the last season they were like a half of the season in first position or in second, and at the end they were struggling a lot to play the playoff. Then hopefully this season is better than the previous one, and yeah, that's it.